Hi, I'm Miss Lainie from howtohelpmychildlearn.com. I have had over the past several weeks parents share with me their frustrations around homework, to the point where parents are calling me saying, you know, it's hours of tears, screaming and yelling. The dynamic of the family has become absolutely unhealthy. Parents dread homework time. And this isn't just a few parents, it's so many parents. And obviously we can't change the way our educational system is giving the huge amounts of homework. And really in the end, is the homework teaching these kids anything? I'm sure a little bit, but the payoff for it is not worth it. I'm sure there's other ways to have your children reinforce and create the happy dynamic in families that's missing, it seems like, from the families I'm hearing. So I want to do today a couple strategies to help, because the only place we can start right now is in the home with you guys. And the number one thing is to really understand your child and how they learn best. And the ones that are sitting at a table doing the ditto after ditto, and it is the biggest challenge in the whole wide world, my first suggestion is, a lot of times kids like to sprawl out on the floor and use their bodies to relax. There's a gal that worked for me, and when she was younger, excuse me, her mother would make her sit on the desk, on the table, like most of us were raised. Mom comes home, she's laying on the carpet, and Mom says, "Get up off the carpet, you can't do your homework on the carpet." And the daughter says, "Well, let me try it for a week, and if my grades get better, then you'll let me stay, and if they get worse or stay the same, then I'll go back to the table." So they did it for a week. Lo and behold, the girls' grades went up. And the reason why is, depending on the type of learning you have your auditory learners, kids that learn through their ears. They tend to be more calmer, sitting at a desk, doing their work, can kind of do it themselves type of homework kids. The kids that tend to struggle are the kids that use their bodies a lot, tend to be more hands-on learners, and they tend to be more visual learners. These are the kids that have the hardest time getting their homework done, depending on the type of homework, especially if it's a reading assignment or questions or writing or ditto after ditto after ditto. So to help with that type of homework with these types of kids, one of the biggest things, especially these kids that love to move, is a yoga ball. And what this does is you put your child on it, and they can bounce, which stimulates focus for many of these children over here. I call them these right brain learners. And I do believe Target has a yoga ball that sits in an actual chair. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. And they sell it so the ball is in place, but they can still move when they need to focus. These are the kids that are getting off the table constantly, getting up, getting off, and you're like, "Come sit down, just finish, just finish." This will help tremendously with focus. Chewing gum is another thing to help. Really helps with stimulating focus. Another thing that works really well is, depending on what the assignment is, if the assignment's being tested on comprehension of something, not their reading ability or their spelling ability, I don't see any issue with you taking turns reading, talking about the story together. It really helps these kids not get overwhelmed with reading all this information and then trying to remember. So maybe you guys take turns reading it back and forth depending on the age of the child. And another really great thing is, this is my dog, is when there's writing assignments. This will be my last. I know writing tends to be a very big challenge for families. The number one thing I could say is, please let your children just produce the work. Don't be over them saying that's spelled wrong, blah, 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 blah. Let them produce the work, and then give them this editing system. It's the greatest thing ever. You write uppercase ABC, finger space, period, question mark, exclamation point. Check 2 times. I hope y'all can see that. Let me erase the word gum. Now what this does is, once your child produces the work, writes it, because especially these kids don't see detail. These kids see mechanics. These kids see big picture of their writing. So this will help them see those mechanics. Once they write it, have them go, okay, check your uppercase letters. Did you start with an uppercase, depending on the age? You know, check proper nouns. Did you space your words? Did you end all of your sentences with the period, question mark, exclamation point? And this stands for check 2 times. This alone will increase their grades with writing, and it helps them feel more empowered. So let them write. Don't even say anything to them. Have them do this checking system, and they themselves will find the mistakes. And the last biggest thing is have them read their paper out loud. I hope you can read this. When a child, especially over here, reads it out loud, they hear it and they'll read and go, oh, I forgot a word. Oh, that word's not spelled right. So between the self-checking and the reading out loud, their papers will be so much better when they turn them in. So I hope these quick suggestions help. Yoga balls, so that target. Chewing gum helps. Let them lay on the ground if they want. Because what worked for us and what we were forced to do, some of us, as some of us remember, it was very uncomfortable for us to sit still. So allow these kids to move. It's going to create more focus. Self-editing system on those papers. After they write, put this on top. It's great visual. And out loud reading of their papers will absolutely help with a lot of the mistakes. And hopefully just some of these things will bring a little bit of the stress down in the homes. I have more strategies and things through other videos. You can always contact me at howtohelpmychildlearn.com with this whole homework dilemma. I wish if you have suggestions or other stories about homework, I'd love to hear, because I think we really got to get this out to stop the craziness of homework and what it's doing to family dynamics. All right, thank you so much for listening to me. I'm Miss Lainie, and have a really good day, and I'll talk to you next week.